Hi guys, I hope everyone is well. Sorry for the delay. I would have had the video ready earlier today, but I had a doctor's appointment and I bring my son wherever I go, so it's a little extra. Today I said we were going to be talking about things. Main thing I wanted to get across is the lawyer. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm trying to catch my breath. I only got 15 minutes, so I'm trying to get everything in that I want to. But if not, next week, God willing, I can make another video. I hope everybody is well. Again, thank you so much. If you like my content, that's my son. Please like and subscribe so you can be the first one to get the information. Okay. All right. I know I said I want to talk about lawyers, but I really, really quickly want to talk about autism. Autism it has many facets to it. I should have got the definition of autism and read it to you guys. I did not do that. But it is a illness. It's mental, physical, emotional. And unfortunately, the rates have climbed since 2000 a lot. I mean, it's absolutely becoming common and normal, and it's actually more common among boys. I said all that to say, especially for the black community, because I was somewhere and I encountered a woman and her son. He looks maybe about 8, 9, maybe 10. And he absolutely cut up on her. I mean, cut up in everywhere you can think of. Very mean to her, very rude, checking from her. Just a lot of things that he was doing, just very disrespectful to her. And anybody that's disrespectful to their mother just gets under my skin. But I made sure not to say anything because, we're living in a different world today. You just don't know what people's reactions are, and you don't know what people are going through. Okay, I said all that to say this. Please do not use autism for an excuse for bad behavior. You have to start when they're young, when they first start acting out, to let them know who is boss. You are the boss, okay? And you will not tolerate bad behavior. Now, I know that there are some children that actually need medication and things like that just to calm down and not be violent. Those, just really, really bad situations. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones who are very smart. Now, this little boy that was cutting up on his mom was extremely smart. He was doing his homework, pulling up YouTube videos with him playing with knives and stuff. Bad idea. You got a violent child, you probably shouldn't buy violent toys. But I'm not being judgmental, but just think about it. And for us as black people, it's different for us. I say that you have to definitely know what's going on with your child and then go from there. Know if he has sensory problems. Know if he's just being bad. You have to know the difference and treat them accordingly. But start when they're little itty bitty so they can be trained. So when they get older, they already know. Mom ain't gonna play that. She won't let me hit her. She won't me act out when I want to. So they know. Because like I said, I didn't say this, but I'm going to say this. Some of these people with autism, women, men, children, they're smarter than the average person. I'm telling you, they got plenty of sense. So don't let it make it seem like because someone has autism that they can't comprehend or they don't know how to act, because it's a lie. Because guess what? I'm just going to say for African Americans, but for all people really, but mainly African Americans, because we are targeted, we are mistreated mostly, and we are not understood in some cases. I'm telling you now, mothers with children who have aggressive behavior with autism, please do not use an excuse, because guess what? When they get grown, the police, the jail, the judge, the hospital medic, they are not going to care nothing about that autism diagnosis. They kill people with low IQ every day. Death penalty, I'm telling you. Get them in line now. I cannot reiterate this even more. I had experience with my son when he was real, real little. He hit me. And I'm going to tell you, he never hit me again. You understand me? And I ain't have to beat him to death. I ain't have to throw him in a corner and mistreat him. But I had to let him know. You can't hit mama. Okay, and then my son has never raised a hand to me again. And my son has autism. cerebral palsy, developmental delays, nonverbal, all those things. But he respect me. He wouldn't raise a hand to me. And if he could talk, he definitely wouldn't say nothing crazy. Okay? I'm telling you, start when they're young. Don't think just because they have autism, they don't know, they can't behave. They can behave. Like I said, some of these people with autism are super smart, smarter than me and you put together. Don't let them fool you. Every child is going to play you the way you let them. And it's for their own good. 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 I'm telling you. You don't want your baby in jail. They're not going to treat them like you treat them. You don't want them in that system. Check them now, autism or not. Because the police will check them for you. The judge, lawyers, they'll check them for you if you don't. Okay, I wanted to say that. I got that out the way. Now with lawyers. All right. First, we're going to tell you what lawyers do. A lawyer protects their client's legal interests by negotiating for them, preparing documents, providing advice, and representing them in legal proceedings. Their knowledge, training, and experience keeps their clients out of legal trouble and minimize the difficulties once their clients are in legal trouble. How do lawyers charge a client? How a lawyer charges a client depends on the type of work involved. There are general 3 types of fee arrangements: a set fee, an hourly rate, and a contingency fee. And the fees are set. They're used the amount of work involved and generally known in advance in preparing a will, closing a loan, or depending on certain types of criminal cases. In those cases, the lawyer will quote a single fee and the client must pay for the work involved. Okay. Check your lawyer's credentials. And if you're looking for a lawyer, especially for malpractice case or something dealing with the hospital doctors, you're going to want to pick at least 3 lawyers. And you want to, if you can, check their credentials. We have a beautiful thing called the Bar Association. I'll tell you about that, about my experience with them later. I'm trying to get this for this video stop. Okay. When you do finally go see your lawyer, well, first of all, before you go see your lawyer, you ask them, are they going to charge you to come talk to you? Usually they do a free consultation. But before you get there, know if they're going to charge you or not. Always bring somebody with you. I don't care if the person knows nothing about law, nothing about anything. If you just have a person next to you, most likely a man. We know, ladies, we know how that go. You know, you bring a man with you, things are different. People going to talk to you different, treat you different, all that. So if you can, go with someone. And don't sign right away. If he says, okay, you got a case, sign here. Ask him, can I take this piece of paper, go home, look at it, and then give it back to you. Also ask if they can show you a resume. Bar association. Good association, because if something happened with the lawyer, he did something wrong, something bad, he's definitely going to have it on his record. So you can also always check the Bar Association. Also ask, are they willing to go to trial or do they just do settlements? When you go to your lawyer, make sure you have all your paperwork with you. Don't have anything for them to say that you don't have. Make sure you have a good rapport. If he says, okay, so I'll take your case. If he doesn't file within 1 year of you seeing him, time to go. Time to go, okay? Find somebody else. And if you got to fire him, make sure you get it in writing, get it notarized, and send it to them if you don't no longer want to deal with them. And remember, if they tell you, we won't charge you anything unless we win, have him write that down. Because if you fire him, and he might come back and say, well, you owe me for this, this, and that. So you make sure you got that down there, that he said he ain't going he's not going to charge you anything unless you actually go with the case. A lot of times cases take a long time to actually be filed. And if you got a good lawyer, he's going to keep you updated every so often. Or he's going to talk to you when you call every so often. He's not going to get an attitude. He's not going to say, what do you want? None of that. He's going to keep you, you know what I'm saying, satisfied, give you the information that you need. What else I wanted to say about that? How much minutes I got? Okay, only got 5 minutes. So, yeah. My experience with a lawyer was not great. You know, he left a bad taste in my mouth. Long story short, the hospitals and doctors were denying anything was wrong with my son, even though he wasn't hitting any milestones. He wasn't doing anything a baby's supposed to be doing. They kept on saying he's lazy, he's a boy. Even the pediatrician that was hooked to the hospital did not tell me the truth about my son. I had to go to a whole nother University of Chicago and for them to tell me my son had issues. So you have to be on it. Keep your paperwork and be on it. I finally did get a diagnosis, prognosis, all that. And I was told that it definitely could have been from doctors and hospital negligence. So I went to go look for a lawyer. I found one. He was like, oh, you got a case, sign right here. I was by myself. I didn't know. First time everything. I signed, blah, blah, blah. He seemed hopeful. He seemed like he wanted to take the case. We've met with each other a couple of times. Also, if you have a case or you're going to have a case pending, please, please, please try to stay in the same state. Try to stay in the same state, because if you don't, it's going to be harder. I moved from Chicago to Atlanta, so I couldn't go down the street and check up on him. Long story short, the lawyer took forever to file my case. He finally filed it. He called me. I was happy. I kept in touch with him. After a while, he was like, what do you want? You know, just treating me raw. I had to look up the original lawyer that I got, ask him to see what was going on. Come to find out, the lawyer voluntarily dismissed my case without me even knowing. I was so hurt, so devastated. Don't let that happen to you. Okay? By that time, the other lawyer took over. It got really messy. Paperwork got lost. And now my son doesn't have any hope for recovery from the hospital and doctors because of the shenanigans. So don't let them do what they did to me. And I got 2 minutes left. I'm going to give you some more information on lawyers. It was kind of, you know, an outline, but the more information I get, the more information I remember, I'll give it to you. What else do I want to talk about? Quickly. Oh, yeah. I said that I was going to start using my sign language, you know, because if you don't use it, you lose it. So one of the signs I'm going to teach you today is front door. So that's front door. I also wanted to show you something really quickly because my tape was about to end. I was just wondering, does anybody have clothes for when they were little? Because I kept this. My mother was going to toss it some years ago, and she asked me did I want it, and I said yes. So this is my dress when I was little. This is what I used to wear. I still have it. It still smells fresh. It's an old little granny dress, but it is what it is, and it got the little gloves on it. I used to wear these little gloves made in Taiwan. One size fits all infants. And so I just want to share this with you guys. It was made from Jill Lynn. Okay, so this was my little dress that I wore as a child. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, guys, I gave you all the information that I got. I hope that you can. I hope that you can use it, and don't let them do you like they did me. But until next time, you guys, stay strong, love, believe in God, and just do your best. And one thing my father told me is, don't be nice, be good. So, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to get back with you next time. If you like it, like it. If you want to comment,